Hi Chris, how are you?
How you doing? Very well, thank you.
How's the international break been, first of all? Probably some time away for a few players, but also some valuable time spent on the training pitch as well.
Yeah, we've had a mixture like most teams do. We've had a few days off, but some good training, some good work, good meetings. Just a reset. It's a good time to reset the little blocks of games, and then you have a chance to do that. Some players are away; they're all back safely now, and yeah, looking forward to the games ahead.
Is that valuable time, do you think, in between these blocks of games where you can really sort of get into analysis side of things and look back at some of the previous games we've had as well?
It is because you get a chance to step back and just reflect. Me, importantly as the manager, but probably everyone around just gets a chance to, especially with 3 games of quick succession, and step back and very calmly and objectively just look at what we're doing well, what we need to do better, where we are, where we want to go. And then communicate that and work that with the players on the training pitch and meetings and stuff. So it's pretty valuable time. I think came at a good time for us.
The draw against Wrexham just before the break, lots of positives from that, as you said, after the game. Is that something that you can draw on as we head into this next block of 6 games now?
Yeah, I felt it was an important game at the time because they'd struck up a little bit of form. We're away from home, and quick turnaround from the Sheffield game, which we had to be ready for that one. So I think there were positives there. I think it gave a good feeling. I liked a lot of things I looked at the team. Some things I still think we should have done better, which I've had time to sort of look at and communicate that with the players, and we've been working on that stuff. But there was definite signs that we turned a little bit of a corner in some ways.
Late on in that game, there was Kyogo, some really nice movement and finish that was unfortunately ruled out for offside. You've been sort of unequivocal in your praise for him since he's come in and your support for him, even though he's probably not had the goals that his efforts have shown. Was that just like a timely reminder of what he is capable of?
Yeah, I mean, it was a very instinctive finish, nice little move. I've always said he just gets lots of chances. I mean, he's been sharp, to be fair, in training this last week, international break, lots of finishes, and that's a good sign because I think that's you can see that it's coming. I just think with Kyogo, the fact he always gets chances is the encouraging part, and I know he can score because I've seen the hundreds of goals that he has scored. So he's just got to continue, got to keep believing in himself, like I believe in him, and that will come good.
We've had some injuries to deal with, Chris, which we'll probably come on to a little bit later. But was that game also pleasing, the fact that Mark Leonard came in, played really well, and then you've got Tomoki sort of playing out of position as well in that game? Was that pleasing for you as a manager that you've got that availability within the ranks? Yeah,
definitely. I mean, Tomo, I know, could do that role because he's played at right back when he was younger, and he's even played at centre back when he was younger. So I was confident he could slot in there, and without him in midfield, I thought Mark was the best choice as that sort of defensive 6 to replace him. So I thought Mark did well. Mark's been exceptional actually this season in training. He's been one of the best training players most days. He's incredibly hardworking. His professionalism, he comes into the gym before pretty much anyone else is here every morning, and he's doing his work, and he's just trying to really maximise his career as a footballer, and I can see that, and I think he's really earned his opportunity via that work. And again, I thought he did well. It's a bit of a battle at Wrexham with the way they play, and it's bouncing balls, and you have to do the dirty side of the game well, which he does that well. And we know he can play. So I was pleased with Mark's performance, and Tomo slotted him well there.
Saturday's opponents, Hull, have had a similar start to the season like ourselves in terms of games won, drawn and lost. They were the division's lowest scorers last year, but they're the 3rd highest scorers in the division this year. Does that sort of show you the turnaround that they've had and the threat that they can pose?
Yeah, I suppose it does. I mean, they have got threats. I mean, that's pretty like a lot of teams, but you can see they've got some quality in the final third. And I've watched a lot of their games, and they've had a bit of an up and down results at times, but there's plenty there that they've got to be competitive, definitely. But we're at home, we're at home against them, and we're feeling very excited about being back in front of our supporters again on Saturday afternoon, and really trying to create that kind of intensity that's difficult for them.
Being at home after an international break is probably what most teams would like. really good home record, as you know, 29 games unbeaten now. Is that just something you want to just carry on? You just keep going?
Yeah, definitely. I think we're at home. I think everyone's always known Birmingham City away. When you play at our stadium, it should be a difficult game, a hostile atmosphere, and I just want us to really capture that all the time, because the reason why we're unbeaten at home is, a combination of the players on the pitch and the supporters in the stands, and that atmosphere that's created is a big strength of ours, and our home form's going to be hugely important. So yeah, it's a record I am proud of for everyone, because it shows real consistency at home, and hopefully in this next game we can continue with that.
Are you able to offer any injury updates on Bright? Missed the game against Wrexham. Damari was called up by Jamaica but didn't play in the end. And Willem has obviously missed the last block of games and maybe close to coming back into contention.
Yeah, so Damari's fine. He was a more precautionary issue that he had, so he's absolutely fine. Willem is getting close to training with the group, so he's not far away. Marvin's not far away from training with the group. Bright is close, but we'll see how he goes. They're the main ones. Obviously Ethan we know is the longer term one, but yeah, it's the update.
Just sort of looking further forward, Chris, in 4 of the last 5 championship seasons now, I think there's at least been one team with 20 plus points, but at this stage there isn't been. Does that just underline just how tight and how competitive the league is this time round?
Yeah, it does. I think you can throw a blanket over a lot of teams. I think there's a couple of points probably separating. I don't know how many teams right now. So it perhaps will be the tightest championship there's been for a while, I'd say. There's not going to be a runaway leader, I wouldn't have said, from what I've seen. I think there's a couple of teams I've seen that I think are very strong, but I'm not sure they're going to create the sort of margin that a Leicester did a few years ago and teams like that. So yeah, you can see one week teams win 3-0, next week they lose 3-0, and that is the championship. As I've said to the players, it's a different league, it's a different challenge for us. We're not going to win every game like we did last year, and we have to be really ready to react, but build more consistency. I think from my point of view, we've conceded the fewest shots in the league. So our general pressing and intensity I've been happy with, but we've had to be probably inch perfect at the back because we just haven't quite created the chances that we need to. So the big focus for me and a challenge for all of us, and obviously I bear the ultimate responsibility for it, is the creation of meaningful chances. If we can just increase that a little bit in our game, then we will really be a force. That's how I feel from what I've seen, and that's something we'll be aiming to do.
Just finally from me, we've got 6 games now in this next block before the November break. Is there anything in particular you want to see in this next block of games? Is it consistency of performance, or is it more consistency in terms of getting a run of results together?
Yeah, I think there's obviously always, you want the results, you want that. I want us to maintain, like I said, the intensity we've shown without the ball. I want us to increase a little bit our intensity with the ball, create more danger more often with our attacks, create more chances, and be as efficient as possible from set pieces without being the biggest team in the league. Obviously we've got a lot of technical players in relation to how we play, but be more efficient with our both defending and attacking set pieces. If we can make those gains as well as keeping what we're good at, then if we can do that in these 6 games, then I think we're going to have a good 6 games.
Good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.